It's finally Halloween, my favorite holiday of the year. I love the costumes, the parties, and the haunted houses. But my favorite part is the candy. My favorite candy is circus peanuts, and I usually get those about 33% of the time when I'm trick-or-treating.
Now, my mom always drops me off at the best neighborhood. Now, my favorite candy is circus peanuts, but it's kind of difficult to get these as much as I'd like due to the fact that I have to randomly select the houses that I go to. Now, this year I actually scored 5 circus peanuts in a row. Not Skittles, not Kit Kats, not Reese's, not Butterfingers, not anything else. Just the only thing that matters, circus peanuts. But I thought 5 times in a row is a little odd. So basically what I'm trying to investigate is whether or not this is unusual in a sense.
Wow, that is very cool. You got it 5 times in a row? Yeah, that's interesting, but it's not that unusual. Well, I think it is usual. 33% of the time is really nice. Well, I don't think so. Well, I'll prove it to you with a simulation. Well, to go over a simulation, I'm going to have to go through a process, which I'm going to have to use the immutation of a simulation to do a real-world sample. I'm going to have to state the sample and the percentiles, plan how I'm going to do it through random selection or randomization, do the simulation X amount of times, which is I'm going to 20, and conclude what I got from it.
Now, the next part of the simulation, or the first part highlighted, is the state segment of the simulation. So the state segment of the simulation is first we're going to state our question, which is whether or not getting circus peanuts 5 times in a row is unusual or not, as usually people only hand out circus peanuts 33% of the time. So my first assumption is usually people get circus peanuts 33% of the time, and another assumption that we have is the houses that you go to are completely random, so you don't know which candy you're going to get when you arrive to the house. Rather, you're just walking up to a house and asking for the candy, which is why we are investigating whether or not this is unusual, as it is completely randomized. So basically the plan portion of the simulation is, in order to carry out the simulation, we would use a random digit table, and to do this we would assign digits 0 through 99 to circus peanuts and not circus peanuts. So 00 through 32 would be assigned to circus peanuts, and then 33 through 99 would be assigned to not circus peanuts. In order to carry out the simulation, we would randomly generate a number in our calculator that would give us the starting point in the random digits table, and then we would get 5 numbers per simulation. And basically what we are looking for is whether or not these 5 numbers are 00 through 32, which would indicate 5 times in a row that we're getting circus peanuts, or whether or not these numbers are outside of these parameters.
In our do portion of the simulation, I decided to see if my results were unusual. So I carried out the simulation 20 times. 5 of those times I got circus peanuts 5 times in a row, while 15 times I did not get circus peanuts 5 times in a row. Our next step of the simulation is to conclude. Since it appeared 5 out of 20 times, we can conclude that 5 in a row is not that unusual, since it appeared 25% of the time. Our simulation results are enough evidence that getting circus peanuts 5 times in a row is not that unusual. Since we got it 5 times, it seems as though my favorite candy is showing up more than all the other candy.
So guys, what's the verdict? I'm thinking that it is not unusual that we got these 5 times in a row, rather than the fact that people may or may not be purchasing circus peanuts more. Looks like I scored big on this Halloween. What you thinking, Mr.
I agree.
Pencil?
I'm thinking the same thing.
Yes, sir. But I'll make sure to hit up this neighborhood next year too.